Welcome back to Collectability. Today we are going to have a ton of fun because we're going to look at what's incoming at Collectability. We have some interesting new pieces that'll be on the site, some exciting discoveries, and some unexpected looks that you may not have seen before on our site. So let's get started. First, I have, for your consideration, a reference 10 from 1932. The reference 10 is a two-piece case. It's one of the earliest referenced wristwatches in the Patek Philippe line and was quite popular around the world, especially in the United States, where this piece was originally sold to a gentleman I see on the back named Lyle Blair Turry, who bought this in 1932. Or maybe who's given it as a gift. Lost to history, but what we do know is the fact of how beautiful this watch is on the wrist with its original turban form crown, still hallmarked crisply. It's been very well preserved, and even the dial shows some radium burn from storage over time in a drawer. I recently bought it from the original family, and it's Collectability's honor to present to you this reference 10. Now let's look at a pocket watch. Here we have a reference 733. And this is one of those World War II era watches that captures the imagination. And I have to say, incredibly preserved. Because picture this, during World War II, precious metals were hard to find. So brands like Patek Philippe would turn to steel, in this case, a stay-bright case, in order to market their exceptional movements and dials. This particular 733 is from 1945. And features a Tiffany & Company signature. Looking at the movement, it has PXP engraved on it, which confirms it was imported into the US, because PXP was the US import mark at that time. And it is a watch that I think is specimen quality. It's unfinished dial, beautifully aging, almost this, the varnish has this nice tinge of showing time. And the archive confirms that these are Breguet numerals were born on this dial. And fun to note, the archive confirms they were made in white gold. So these are white gold hand-cut Breguet numerals on this watch. So it's a little bit of history for your pocket. Now, for your wrist and hand, we have something else for your consideration, and that is this Patek Philippe Diamond Ellipse set. First, we have the ring. I've sold a few Patek Philippe rings in my day, but this is the first time I've seen one set with diamonds. It has that trademark blued gold finish in the middle for the dial, and it is a type of ring that would make quite the statement on a man or woman today. And this is the jumbo size. This is the largest size ring made from that time period, which 1980s is what we're talking about. And the matching, also fully signed Patek Philippe cufflinks, have the same gold central dial under sapphire crystal surrounded by diamonds. So if you're looking for something very distinctive as a gift, look no further for the Ellipse lover in your life. This set is something to talk about. Now, from that same era, a bit later, it's from the late 1980s, we have a Patek Philippe reference 3940, a reference that you can read more about on our site and our in-depth coverage of this reference. I still think these are undervalued as a whole. It's a perpetual calendar that you can wear comfortably at a price point that I still think is on an upward trend. And what makes this particular piece so exciting, it's in Italian. It is an Italian date calendar version. So rather than the English, we have Italian. I've seen other versions in Portuguese, Spanish, German, but the Italian, I think it has just a certain look to it. And if you can speak Italian or you want to speak Italian, this is the watch for you. Here we have something that I absolutely adore. This is from the early 1970s. I'm still waiting for the archive. But this Patek Philippe timepiece is a reference 1100E. It's a fully electric solid state circuit timepiece that shows the time, the hours and the minutes, but also sweep seconds, which you can see elegantly ticking along. I just received this back from Patek Philippe Geneva, fully serviced, and comes with a 2-year service warranty, which is always a pleasure to have. And this particular timepiece is so elegant for the 4 panels of this lapis-inspired design. Each of these panels is hand-painted on brass to replicate the look of what you would see with lapis, but it is essentially, it's painted. And let's take a look at the movement. You can see the classic solid-state design from the early 1970s. So if you're looking for a gift or something for your desk, for someone in your life obsessed with all things Patek Philippe, then you found it right here, the reference 1100E. Last but not least, I have one modern Patek Philippe watch for your consideration. And this is the reference 5524G. At 42 millimeters, it is a massive watch on the wrist and one of the larger watches made in the Patek Philippe line today. This example is from 2018, and it's no longer made in white gold, but this is one of your last chances to get a fresh-to-market piece for your wrist. It has box and papers, attractively priced. It is perfect for the polar explorer in your life or the man or woman who just appreciates a larger sized watch with a vintage inspiration. Thank you so much for joining us today at Collectability. It's been a pleasure showing some of these incoming pieces. Please like and subscribe by pushing this button here on my left. You can follow us on Instagram and on YouTube. Until then, please enjoy the hunt.